Hey, 1, 2. Mic check. Hey, hey.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can I please ask you to take your seats so we can get started, please? Please take your seats so we can get going with the program. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. If you could take your seats, we're going to get started. My name is Kristen Donor-Smith, class of 92. I'm the chair of the Board of Trustees, newly elected, and I'm really pleased that you're all here. I'm excited about this event. I'd like to start things out with two things. Number one, someone left their glasses at the check-in table, so if you'd like those, come find me at table number 13. And second, I'd like to welcome up Father Fred Manara, who will give our opening blessing.
Good afternoon, or good evening, I don't know. Looks like afternoon outdoors. I feel a little bit cheated that, that this Hall of Fame for athletes, I don't qualify. You've got to be there 4 years, right? I was at Bishop Ludden for 2.5 years, and can't I pull a little, name calling that I could be able to qualify? The Waddicks were there when I was there, and Pat Donnelly and Dr. Jet Thornton. Some of them were my students, some of them were in the classroom, homeroom. By the way, did you know Sister Colette is here? Where's Sister Colette? Oh, there you are. Good. Give her a hand. And then, of course, going back to these names that I'm trying to pull is the Ganleys, Art Palermo, you were there as a student of mine, Terry Byrne, and then an honoree that is in my parish, Tyrone Fisher. So I didn't get around to look at everybody to see if I could pull a few more names who were either at Bishop Ludden when I was there. So I was at Bishop Ludden from 1973 to 76. And it was a great time there, and hope that enrollment, like those days back then, can at least be satisfactory to keep Bishop Ludden going, and now Bishop Ludden, Bishop Grimes. So congratulations to the honorees. But that was great sports times when I was there. Boy, we'd want to be in the audience and watch those games, and it was terrific stuff way back then. So at any rate, let's say a little prayer. Loving God, thank you for our gathering here tonight. Thank you for Bishop Ludden High School that we remember and know about and identify with, and now Bishop Ludden, Bishop Grimes. May your spirit rest upon those who are responsible for encouraging, directing, and bringing about the furtherance of the school. And so as we gather here tonight, may the pride that we express show itself and overflow in our efforts at enrollment and bringing about good things that happen for young people through the guidance of teachers, sisters, priests, parents. So Lord, bless us, mindful of our families, a school of families, and grant us joy and happiness and peace, good health. And now that we're together in this joyful occasion, we thank you. Ask your blessing upon us, the food and the enjoyment that we're about to participate in through Christ our Lord. God bless you all.
Thank you, Father. I thought you were gonna give me a hard time for talking about the glasses before you, but I just didn't want to forget. So, okay. So don't want to hold up before dinner, but I want to introduce a couple people to you. As of July 1st, we have a new head of our school. So I'd like to introduce him. He is Mr. Kevin Murphy, who comes to us with decades of experience in educational leadership, and we're so excited that he's taking us into the next era. And I'd also like to introduce Mr. Jeff Detour, who many of you must have interacted with as he put this together. He's our new director of development and alumni relations. So Mr. Kevin Murphy and Mr. Jeff Detour.
Thank you all. I will not take much time of you out of tonight's night. I know we got a big program going. I am super excited to be the head of school at Bishop Ludden Grimes. For 33 days, the days have gone exceptionally fast, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you if I haven't already done so. And I welcome you all to be part of our building. Come and visit. Come talk to the kids. Come see us. It is some great things going on, and we love for you to be part of it. So enjoy your night, and thank you. Congratulations to all tonight's nominees.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you again for coming. This is such a wonderful event, and it's such a nice thing to be able to pick up the mantle from Kathy Gilhenny, who did such a marvelous job here for so many years in development and alumni relations. So thank you all of the nominees and your families and the folks here as guests for making this such a wonderful event. You know, it's been a wonderful thing for me to become a part of this community. I have 2 daughters in the school now. My wife's going to be teaching at the school this year, so it's definitely a family affair. And as Mr. Murphy said, I would encourage all of you to come by our school. Come see the things we've got going on. We've replaced about 90% of classrooms and their furniture. We've brought in Promethean boards and TV displays around the facility. We've brought a bunch of technology in place. We're bringing in air conditioning to a few different units in the building. We've got a bunch of grants in process for a lot of improvements to the building. We're really catching fire with some things. And to Father Fred's thoughts about enrollment, we've got 60 kids coming in 7th grade this next year, which is awesome. We are so excited. We've got 18 kids coming in upper grades, too, so we're thrilled to have new groups of people. We're getting out there. We're getting after it, so please come by the school, say hello, talk to Mr. Murphy or myself tonight. Come say hi. And if you're so inclined, I could let you know if you'd like to donate. I can even give you a little QR code. So thank you so much. Enjoy your night, everybody. Folks, if I could have your attention for just a moment, please. I hope everyone's enjoying their dinner. We'd like to go ahead and get started with the program if we could. I'd like to introduce our very own Hall of Fame coach, member of the class of 1976, and the MC for tonight's event, Mr. Pat Donnelly.
Please remain seated. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Ludden Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's a great honor to be your host today. My name is Pat Donnelly, and it was just mentioned I'm a 1976 graduate of Bishop Ludden. For those of you who do not know who I am, like I said, as a 1976 graduate, was valedictorian of my class. I was one of the top thoracic surgeons in the country, and I also flew the space shuttle. Those of you who do know me, remain silent for the rest of the program, please. Today marks our 6th class to be inducted into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame. We currently have 77 individual inductees and 5 teams that have been previously honored. I would like to thank those 2 people that are responsible for starting the Hall of Fame, and one of them is here today. That would be Duke Whalen and Gallagher Driscoll. At this time, I'd also like to acknowledge some people in the audience today. The first person is the guy that was responsible for me getting the coaching job here at Bishop Ludden, a New York State, Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame, New York State Hall of Fame, Greater Syracuse Hall of Fame coach, and I think one of the best coaches ever in New York State, Jerry Wilcox. As you met earlier, I wanted to reintroduce our principal, Mr. Kevin Murphy, our new principal. Our new development director, Jeff Detour. Our new girls varsity head coach, Kevin Randall. And our new boys varsity coach, Hall of Famer, Len Roush. It was a great pride and excitement that we gather here today to induct the class of 2026. For over half a century, our school has been home to remarkable athletes, dedicated coaches, and unforgettable teams. Today, we honor their legacy and celebrate their contributions to our rich athletic history. And as you will see with the accomplishments of this class, the tradition of excellence continues. Quick reminder, there are no speeches, that's a good thing. After the video, the inductee will come up and receive their award from Sean Smith, our athletic director, and have a picture taken, so let's get started. Our first inductee was an assistant varsity basketball coach for 17 years for me here at Bishop Ludden. He coached at the Hamilton Street Boys Club from 1988 to 1994. The program was a big reason for our success in the 1980s and 90s. His coaching career at Bishop Ludden began in 1999. Over the course of his 17 years with the varsity boys basketball team, Ludden won over 250 games, 11 league titles, 4 sectional titles, 3 regional New York State championships, and a New York State championship. During his playing days, he was one of the best players in the old parochial league, held the all-time scoring record at Clarkson College, and then was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1995. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Ganley.
Basketball has shaped every chapter of Peter Ganley's life. A standout player in high school and college, Peter's love for the game eventually brought him to Bishop Ludden, where he would spend 17 seasons helping build one of the most successful basketball programs in New York State. While his sons were in the program, Peter began helping with off-season teams, building a friendship with legendary head coach Pat Donnelly. After his sons graduated, Donnelly invited Peter to become his full-time assistant coach.
He asked me if I would if I would be interested in being his full-time assistant coach. And I thought about it for a while, and I said, why not? And then I went to the first day of practice, and I said to myself, if I'm in, I'm all in. And then I showed up the next day, and he said, geez, are you going to come every day? And I said, yeah, I'm going to come every day.
Peter was true to his word. For the next 17 seasons, he stood beside Coach Donnelly during one of the greatest stretches in Bishop Ludden basketball history. Together, the Gaelic Knights won more than 250 games captured 11 league championships, 4 sectional championships, 3 regional titles, made 3 trips to the New York State Final Four, and in 2012 brought home the New York State Championship. But for Peter, the memories that last the longest aren't found in the record books. They're the moments shared with family.
1996, Bishop Ludden versus West Hill at the War Memorial, packed house, and close game. And my son Pat hit a three-pointer down the stretch to put the game out of reach. 1998, CBA's #1 in the state, 21-0. My son Connor outplays the leading scorer for CBA, holds him to 2 points, and stepped it up, and we ended up winning 2004. My daughter Molly was represented Bishop Ludden in the Outstanding Girls Senior All-Star Game. She went in there, and not only was she the leading scorer for her team, but she hit a three-pointer and a couple foul shots down the stretch, and her team won that game.
Those family memories were only part of Peter's impact. Over nearly 2 decades, he helped mentor generations of Bishop Ludden athletes. Some became state champions, some played professionally. All became part of the Ludden family.
There was a handful of players that really would stick out in your mind, that really listened to you and took what you learned. Very coachable kids.
When asked what advice he would give the next generation of Bishop Ludden athletes, his answer was simple.
Listen to your coaches, be a good teammate, play hard, and have fun.
For his unwavering commitment to Bishop Ludden basketball, his dedication to generations of student athletes, and the lasting impact he has made on the Gaelic Knights community, we proudly welcome Peter Ganley into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Peter Ganley. I also have to mention Peter's wife, Chris, who anybody who coaches know their wives are really the brains behind the outfit. Their 3 children, Pat, Connor, and Molly. All 3 are graduates of Bishop Ludden, and all were standout basketball players at their time at Ludden. Quick story about Peter is that as an assistant, Peter, if you guys played basketball in the area, you know that he could shoot. And his next assist might be his first, we're not sure. But so there's a thing called in basketball the heat check. So some player makes 2 or 3 threes in a row and said, let's get him another look. So Peter would tell somebody, get another shot up, get another shot up. So all of a sudden they're coming on the floor and this kid pulls up from like 29 feet and I go, what the, you know what? And Peter goes, I told him to do that. So I said, all right, that's okay then. Our next inductee lettered in soccer, basketball, track and field. 1983 Principal Trophy recipient, 1983 Post-Standard Track Athlete of the Year, school record holder in the 100 meters and 400 meter hurdles, member of the CNY Soccer Champions 1979-1982, 4-time state qualifier for hurdles, Empire State Games 400 meter hurdle champ 1983, Lafayette College Hall of Fame, 3 times MVP East Coast Conference, individual champ in 24 events over 4 years, member of 6 ECC championship teams, 8-time All-East honoree indoor-outdoor track and field at Lafayette from the class of 1983, Jane O'Brien Lloyd.
Jane O'Brien arrived at Bishop Ludden with a competitive spirit that quickly found its home in athletics.
I was extremely shy and quiet. I was pretty introverted, and it was a great way to kind of establish confidence, being part of a team. I just loved it. I loved getting out there, running around, loved winning. That competitive spirit that the sports field just tend to be a great outlet for that.
A standout in soccer, basketball, and track, her speed and determination made her one of the school's most accomplished athletes.
It might have been my sophomore year. I was playing varsity in soccer, taking a corner kick, and I scored a goal on my birthday against Liverpool. and we beat them. That is like, I never realized that stuck in my mind. You don't score off corner kicks that much, but that was something that was a lot of fun to remember.
By her senior year, Jane made the difficult decision to give up basketball and dedicate herself to track, a choice that would shape her future. She set Bishop Ludden records in the 100 and 400 meter hurdles, earned the Post-Standard Female Track Athlete of the Year honors in 1983, and her Section 3 record in the 400 meter hurdles stood for more than 25 years. She graduated in the top 10% of her class, earned the Principal's Trophy, competed in the Empire State Games, and continued her career at Lafayette College, where she was inducted into the Lafayette Hall of Fame in 2009.
For track, I had a real opportunity to play at the next level, and I was in my head thinking, how can I help my parents, send me to college? And that's when I made the decision with my coach's help.
But for Jane, the records and awards aren't what define her Ludden experience.
Winning races and things was really cool, setting records, but it's those people that I met. If it was gym time, we didn't have practice till late. So the Thorntons or the Deloriers or whatever local family would have us over. They'd give us dinner. They would let us do our homework, So we really became a part of their family. That's what I remember. That's what I remember about what the teams offered us.
Those friendships, the support of her coaches, and the sense of community became the foundation for a lifetime of success.
You may not realize that the people that you're meeting may become the maid of honor at your wedding, or your best friend, it's 47 years later. So it's a very special place.
For her extraordinary accomplishments in athletics, in the classroom, and for representing Bishop Ludden with excellence, we proudly welcome Jane O'Brien Lloyd into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jane O'Brien Lloyd. Jeff Detour is our Director of Development, not Photography. I was fortunate to have played 1 year of varsity basketball with our next inductee during his time at Bishop Ludden. He was a member of the class of 1977, was a standout varsity lacrosse, football, and basketball. 3-time, first-time All-CNYCL varsity lacrosse. Co-captain 76-77 varsity lacrosse. Undefeated CNYCL lacrosse champion, 75-76. 2-time first-team All-Central New York lacrosse. Scored 17 goals in 2 varsity games versus CBA in 1975 as a sophomore. Received the first ever 4-year full athletic scholarship for lacrosse to Syracuse University. Top 15 all-time in total points and goals for the first-year players at Syracuse. First-team All-CNYCL football tight end and punter, and second-team linebacker. First-team All-CNYCL football linebacker and punter, 76. Varsity basketball starters, 76-77, and our 1977 Principal's Trophy Award from the class of 1977, Rob McCarthy.
Rob McCarthy arrived at Bishop Ludden in 1973 and quickly established himself as one of the school's finest all-around athletes. He competed in football, basketball, and lacrosse, earning all-league honors in multiple sports. His greatest success came on the lacrosse field. Rob was a 3-time first-team All-CNY Catholic League and first-team All-CNY selection, helping lead Bishop Ludden to undefeated league championships in 75 and 76. His outstanding career earned him the first 4-year lacrosse scholarship in Syracuse University history, where he became part of the program's first NCAA tournament team. In 1977, he was awarded the Bishop Ludden Principal's Trophy as the school's most outstanding athlete. But for Rob, Bishop Ludden became much more than a place to compete.
So I started really having an interest in sports when I was a young boy. I just loved the feeling of competition, and I wanted to compete. And looking back, you know, it wasn't necessarily the games that were most important. It was, you know, being part of a school community at Ludden, where coaches, teachers, and really teammates all knew one another and generally cared about each other's success. And it became a vehicle for learning, you know, discipline, teamwork, and leadership. It really does. Sports, you know, you find out as you go through life, prepares you for life.
After Rob's freshman year, a strike at his father's job made it impossible for his family to afford tuition.
My dad was a union guy. He worked for the New York Telephone Company, and after my freshman year, they went out on strike. And so my parents came to me and said, you know, listen, you're going to have to go back to West Tennessee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, now I've immersed myself into this community with coaches, teachers, teammates, friends, everything. And so what transpired from that point moving forward is that Ludden wanted me to stay there, so they gave me an opportunity.
Rather than leave Bishop Ludden, the school found another way.
For my last 3 summers going to Bishop Ludden, that I spent 40 hours a week working at the school, cleaning, washing windows, lockers, you name it, I did it. And that's what allowed me to stay at Bishop Ludden for the last 3 years of my high school career. The greatest life lesson I ever learned, and I don't think my parents really realized it at the time, yeah, it really molded me.
While championships and awards filled his career, one moment has stayed with him more than any victory.
There is a moment, it was my junior year. We had a defensive back named Pat Sexton, and Pat goes down and wasn't getting up. Pat ended up breaking his neck. And, you know, that put things into perspective for me personally and for our team, in that, you know, winning and losing is not everything. You know, the friendships, the bonds, our health, the feeling of walking into a gym or walking onto a field with your teammates, knowing that we were representing Bishop Ludden.
For his outstanding achievements as a 3-sport athlete, his leadership on and off the field, and for embodying the values of Bishop Ludden throughout his life, we proudly welcome Rob McCarthy into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob McCarthy. This next inductee was a 1979 graduate and played varsity football, basketball, and track and field. Co-captain 1976 varsity football. First team All-City Syracuse football team 77 and 78. First team All-Upstate New York football team 77 and 78. Tri-captain 78, 79 varsity basketball team. CNYCL basketball champions 78 and 79. Played on the New York State Section 3 Class AAA basketball champions. Bishop Cunningham Trophy Award winner. Varsity track and field events, mile, relay, discus, and shot put. Played varsity football at Cornell University from 1980 to 1982. Rick Patulski.
Rick Patulski arrived at Bishop Ludden in 1975 and quickly established himself as one of the school's most versatile athletes. A 3-sport standout in football, basketball, and track and field, Rick earned 3 varsity letters in each sport while helping define an era of successful Gaelic athletics. On the football field, Rick was named to the All-Syracuse City and All-Upstate New York teams in both 1997 and 78. His coaches, Hall of Famers Mark Waddick and Dan Craver, remembered him as one of the hardest working and most versatile athletes they ever coached. But Rick's impact extended well beyond football.
Our senior year basketball team was a highlight. It was truly remarkable. You know, we were very successful. We won a lot of games by large margins, and the whole school was behind us. Everybody was involved, the students, the teachers. That was very memorable.
As a key contributor on the basketball court, he helped lead Bishop Ludden to Syracuse City League championships in 1978 and 1979, along with the 78 Section 3 class AAA championship. Rick credits legendary basketball coach Jerry Wilcox for shaping not only his athletic career, but his approach to life.
It was just, it was amazing the knowledge that he had and the confidence and the skill level as a coach. But he was a great influence. You know, a good sense of humor, very strict, disciplined, and got the most and the best out of everybody.
For Rick, Bishop Ludden's greatest influence wasn't found only in competition. It was the combination of academics, athletics, and faith that left a lasting impression.
I think being at Ludden, not only were we able to, you know, be challenged physically and mentally, but there was a great foundation of spiritual aspect that was laid out for us. I mean, we prayed before games, we prayed, we had masses, we had a team chaplain, we prayed before classes. It was a foundation for life.
As Rick joins the Bishop Ludden Athletic Hall of Fame, he remains grateful to the people who helped him along the way.
It started at home. Both of my parents, my mother and father, for giving me the opportunity to attend Ludden. And they were very supportive. So I'm truly proud, I'm grateful, and I'm honored for the award that's been bestowed upon me.
From championship teams to lifelong lessons, Rick's legacy reflects everything Bishop Ludden Athletics strives to represent. We proudly welcome Rick Patulski into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Patulski. Little known fact about Rick, and I tried to get it on his induction plaque, but didn't go through. Rick is considered and referred to as the smartest of the Patulski brothers. His brother Ron and brother Walt played for another local private school. CBA. I just want to mention that Ron is here today, and Ron was a standout football and baseball player at CBA, a great athlete. We also have some royalty in the house from another school. Is Coach Buddy Wiklinski and Coach Ed Leone from CBA too. I appreciate them joining us today. There was one more thing. Eddie and Buddy were part of a team, 74 team. They played Ludden. Who won? Take that, Eddie. Our next inductee was a basketball standout during his years at Bishop Ludden. Captain 1998 varsity basketball, Section 3 champions 96, 97, 98. OHSL champions 96, 97, 98. Second team OHSL 1996, first team OHSL 1997, 1998. First team All-CNY 1998. Second team All-CNY 1997, fourth team All-State 1997, second team All-State 1998. 1,124 career points, a principal trophy winner, number 40 on the greatest Section 3 high school players of all time, Patriot Rookie of the Year, three-time Patriot first team all-league selection, 1,616 career points, ranks 8th all-time at Colgate, selected for the Patriot League's 25th all-anniversary team, Colgate University Hall of Honor 2011, from the class of 1998, Pat Campolita.
Pat Campolita arrived at Bishop Ludden as a lifelong competitor. After growing up in Syracuse's Catholic school system and developing his game at the Hamilton Street Boys Club, basketball became more than a sport. It became a passion.
I think it started early and it just kind of continued. I enjoyed playing, and as I grew and developed, I continued to get better.
Under Hall of Fame coach Pat Donnelly, Pat helped lead the Gaelic Knights to one of the most successful eras in program history.
we would joke a lot about our practices, being harder than our games. And so like he pushed us, and we were well prepared, we were well coached, and that helped, I think, as a team, but it certainly helped me individually in terms of the success I had at Ludden and then beyond.
Preparation led to success, but one rivalry defined Pat's Bishop Ludden career.
There's two moments that really stand out when I was at Ludden. My junior year, we play CBA, we split in the regular season, we face them in the sectional championship. And by and large, whoever won that game was going to win the Class C state championship. I mean, we were just, both teams were that good. And so it's a close game. We're up majority of the game, but CBA takes the lead down the stretch, and we have the ball and an opportunity to win at the end. And so I end up with the ball in the corner, a chance to make a three to win the game. I shoot it and I miss, and we lose. And it was devastating. Fast forward to my senior year, we go to the sectional championship at Lemoyne. It's a packed house, and we pulled out the win. Big upset in many ways, but we won, and it was an exhilarating win. And to this day, I mean, as I think about my career, those stand out as the toughest loss and the best win that I've ever had playing basketball.
A 3-year varsity starter from 1995 to 1998, Pat helped Bishop Ludden capture 3 Onondaga High School League championships and 3 Section 3 titles. He earned first-team All-League honors as both a junior and senior, first-team All-Central New York recognition, and second-team All-State honors. Pat went on to play 4 seasons at Colgate University, where he became one of the program's all-time greats. But when he reflects on Bishop Ludden, the championships aren't what stand out most.
The one thing that stands out to me in many ways is like the community that is Bishop Ludden, whether it's a classmate, a teammate, a coach, administrator, the parents of students at Bishop Ludden. As I look back, it was just to see what everybody was doing and the investment that everybody was making so that you could be successful. I think back of how special that community was.
A 3-time league and sectional champion, an all-state player, one of Central New York's 75 greatest high school basketball players. We proudly welcome Pat Campolita into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Campolita. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Pat, I'm not sure you know how this works. I bust Eddie and Coach's chops, and you come up and give us one of our greatest losses ever on video. Might want to look at that plaque again. Before we introduce our next inductee, I'd like to ask all the current members of the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame who are in attendance to please stand. Our team inductee this year is the 2007 Boys Football New York State Champions, OHSL Class C West League Champions, Section 3 Class C Champions, New York State Public High School Regional Champion, New York State Public High School New York State Champions, New York State Team Scholar Athlete Award, the final record of 12-1. They lost their first game of the year and then reeled off 12 straight wins for the state title. This state title capped off a remarkable 3-year run by posting a 25-5 record. Our team inductee, the 2007 New York State Football State Champions.
The 2007 Bishop Ludden football team made history. Led by head coach John Cosgrove, the Gaelic Knights captured the first New York State football championship in school history, defeating defending state champion Dobbs Ferry 21-16 at the Carrier Dome. It capped a remarkable season that included league, sectional, and regional titles, along with a 12-game winning streak. But the championship wasn't built on one game. It was built on a team that refused to believe the odds. Throughout the postseason, Ludden repeatedly faced teams they weren't expected to beat. Time after time, the Knights fell behind early. Time after time, they came back.
The one moment I'd like to relive would be the blocked point at the Leroy game, because I missed it. Coach Clunan and I, thinking it was overtime, needed to get the offensive series ready for going back out on the field. We figured it's an extra point. They had a great kicker. It was a gimme. We were going to go to another overtime period. So we were both looking down at the charts when we heard the double thud. The thud of the kick, and then that one right after that. And we both just looked at each other. Did that just get blocked? And everybody was going nuts.
That resilience defined the season. The coaches challenged the team with one of the toughest schedules they could find, believing difficult opponents would prepare them for the playoffs. The players embraced every challenge.
Following week, we're down again. No big deal. We were down last week, you know? It's just anything can happen. You just got to keep playing, keep plugging.
Then came the state championship. Dobbs Ferry entered the game as the defending champions and hadn't surrendered a touchdown all season. On Ludden's very first offensive play.
First play was going to be a fake run and throw it deep and try to score quickly on Dobbs Ferry. And we kind of started the first few games before that a little slow. The fans were going crazy, first play of the game and everything, and ended up working out absolutely perfectly. Couldn't draw it up any better.
And a quick handoff, or fake of a handoff, and then a throw down the left side, man wide open. That ball's caught at the 42, and off to the races is Wendell Williams. One play, and the Gaelic Knights are into the end zone for the touchdown.
Their captain, when interviewed after the game, where we were being interviewed, said that they had never been scored on that season. And that just shook everything.
What made the 2007 team special wasn't just talent, it was trust. Players accepted new roles without hesitation. Coaches adjusted on the fly. Parents, trainers, and classmates created an atmosphere that felt more like family than football. Nearly 2 decades later, those bonds remain.
It's the way that it's honoring the entire team, you know, and even beyond the team to the trainers, you know, to the parents, to the students. It's just what a magical season that was, and what a just fun ride it was from start to finish.
For making school history, bringing home Bishop Ludden's first New York State football championship, and inspiring generations of Gaelic Knights to follow, we proudly welcome the 2007 New York State champion football team into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
We have a great contingent from this team here. I'm going to call them up. I'd like to have them all come up. I'll get you up here, Wendell. All right, head coach John Cosgrove. Assistant coaches Mike Rogers, Frank Rosanio, and Jim Rooney. Come on up when you're here. Oh, there. Where's the rest of them? Where's the other coaches? I'm going to call the players too. So, Daquan Grobesmith, Omar Osborne, Wendell Williams. Any of you guys know how to walk? Come on, come on, come on. We got to get a picture. Wendell Williams, Connor Sweeney, John Rooney, James Braithwaite, Mark DeAngelis, Devin White, Connor Brown, E.J. Buford, Ben Cyril, Casey Christo, Jovan Works, Chris Davis, Nick Ferrante, Jerry Fensor, Connor Cosgrove, this character, Chris Harding, Steve Barrett, Joe Rathbun, Patrick Rosanio, Eugene Law, Nate Stewart, the one who blocked the extra point. Where's Nate?
Where's Nate?
Come on, Nate.
Nate's still short.
Jake Silveski, Bill McGrath, Julio Ortiz, and Jaiwoo Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, 2007 New York State football champion.
I'm being in the center this time. I'm being in the picture this time.
What do you got to say, Tubu? Get one of them. Get one of the mic. Get one of the mic.
I was fortunate to have a number of those guys play basketball for me, and you're right, they're better football players. And you know who you are. This team and their families and friends were in our tremendously close group. While we have the coaches and players here, we want to take a minute first to recognize some of the people who former player, not here anymore. But we lost Annette Ferrante, mother of player Nick Ferrante, David Grovesmith, uncle of player Daquan Grovesmith, Bill Clunan, the offensive coordinator. Corey Craig died tragically the year before the state championship run as a cheerleader, Daquan Grovesmith. Daquan had a tough life. He was an incredible running back and led you guys, and he's proud to be here with you today. Thanks, guys. Lost a couple of players. That's the hardest thing in the world. Hardest thing in the world. Our next inductee lettered in football, basketball, track, and well at Bishop Ludden. Varsity football, 2,500 career rushing yards, 1,000-yard rushing season 1992. Team captain 91-92. OHSL All-League selection 1990, 91, and 92. New York State Public High School Athletic Association All-State selection 1992. Varsity basketball, OHSL All-League selection, started on the 1993 sectional champion. Varsity track 1992-93. OHSL All-League 92 and 93, winner of the Bishop Cunningham Award, and now the coach of Corcoran High School, Tyrone Fisher.
For Tyrone Fisher, Bishop Ludden wasn't just where he became a standout athlete. It was where he found lifelong friendships, unforgettable mentors, and a community that would shape the rest of his life. A 4-year football letter winner, 3-year basketball standout, and 2-year track athlete, Tyrone rushed for more than 1,000 yards during his senior football season, earned All-State honors in 1992, and helped lead the Gaelic Knights to the 1993 Section 3 basketball championship.
My senior year, was a special year. Obviously we won a sectional championship in basketball, but I think it all started in the fall of '92. Of that year with football. We received the kickoff, and the ball happened to come to me. Very first kickoff of the season, I caught the ball, and sure enough, I took off. We scored a touchdown, and started the season. And then after that, we kicked the ball off, and it was kind of like a weird, scramble, like kind of squib kick. I hit the kid, and the ball come flying out. We recovered the ball. So then the very next play after that, Coach Kaz runs a toss play, tosses it to me. I went 50 yards or whatever it was for a touchdown, and so we were up 14-0. That kind of like was the catalyst for us to, to have a great senior year in football, and then it, transitioned over to basketball as well.
Tyrone almost never played football at Bishop Ludden. It took one persistent friend and future Hall of Famer to completely change his plans.
Hall of Fame inductees, Doug Smith. He was my best friend growing up. I remember my freshman year, going into our freshman year, I wasn't even gonna play football. And sure enough, it was a hot sunny morning in August, knocking on my door. He comes barging into my bedroom and he tells me to get up, and we're gonna go to preseason football practice for varsity football. And I'm only a 9th grader. We're both only 9th graders. And I'm like, I'm not playing football. I'm only gonna focus on basketball. He goes, no, seriously, you're gonna be the starting running back, and I'm gonna be the starting quarterback, and we're gonna change the fortunes of Bishop Ludden football, and you need to get up. And I said, no, leave me alone. And he was like, hurry up, my mom's in the car. She's gonna get mad at you for making her wait. So then I got nervous because I didn't want his mother upset with me. So I got out of bed, got dressed, got into the car, and sure enough, 2 weeks later, I was a starter from there on out.
Years later, the lesson Tyrone remembers most had nothing to do with championships. It came during one of the most difficult moments of his life.
My mom passed away. She died of cancer, had a long battle with cancer, and she passed away when I was a sophomore in college. And, coming from a single parent household, we lost our apartment that we were in, and pretty much homeless. And so Coach Donnelly and a few of the other families at Bishop Ludden created a trust fund for me because they knew that while I was in college, I still needed, simple, basic necessities. And that moment sticks with me every single day, how generous and how thoughtful not only Coach Donnelly and Coach Donnelly's wife, Lori, were, but also the other families that they recruited into this and to help me. And so it just speaks to the Bishop Ludden community and what it's all about.
For Tyrone, Bishop Ludden will always be more than the place where he won championships. It will always be home. We proudly welcome Tyrone Fisher into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyrone Fisher. He and Doug Smith were like brothers. They argued every single day in practice. But it's a lifelong friendship, and we're going to talk about the next guy. Our next inductee was a standout basketball and football player while at Bishop Ludden. 4-year varsity basketball, 3-year starter, was the boys' all-time leading scorer, 1,418 career points, a record that stood for 33 years until it was broken by future Hall of Famer Jazar Green. Honorable mention All-League 91, First Team All-League 92 and 93, Second Team All-State 1993, 1993 League Rec Sectional Champs, 1993 New York State Regional Runner-Up, 4-year varsity football starter, passed for over 1,000 yards, All-League selections 1992 and 1993, from the class of 1993, Doug Smith.
Doug Smith was one of the most accomplished multi-sport athletes in Bishop Ludden history. From 1989 to 1993, he excelled in both basketball and football, leaving a legacy that would stand for decades.
I grew up on the west end of Syracuse. I went to Porter Elementary School, and once school got out, there wasn't a ton to do. I decided to go to the Syracuse Boys and Girls Club over on Hamilton Street. I just played sports constantly from the time I got out of school until the time I went to sleep.
Doug earned 4 varsity letters in basketball and started for 3 seasons. He became Bishop Ludden's all-time leading scorer with 1,418 career points, a record that stood for 33 years.
I could score inside, I could score mid-range, and I could shoot the 3, but I'll tell you one thing. The one thing that I could do that a lot of people couldn't is I just would out-hustle people.
As team captain, Doug led the Gaelic Knights to the 1993 league and sectional championships and a trip to the regional finals.
We were one hell of a basketball team. Our senior year, we were 21-4. We won the sectionals.
Despite an unforgettable senior season, one heartbreaking loss is the one Doug still remembers most.
I wish I could have back is the game against Whitney Point, but it was the blizzard of 1993. We got 36 inches of snow. The game was postponed. I think that was the first game I had in single digits since my sophomore year. So unfortunately, that one sticks with me, and yeah, I can't let that one go. It's I'm still bitter about that, and it's 33 years later.
Doug was equally impressive on the football field, a 4-year varsity starter at quarterback. Twice during his career, Doug threw for more than 1,000 yards in a season.
Smitty loved to throw the football, and I could throw a pretty good ball. So we passed all the time, and I had a ball.
While the statistics tell one story, Doug says the lessons he learned at Bishop Ludden made the biggest impact, especially from Coach Donnelly.
I didn't realize it then, but he was develop us into young men, something that we needed to, traits that we would carry with us for the rest of our lives that would help us to be successful and take us to where we wanted to be, where we wanted to go. So he wasn't just my coach; he was someone that, to this day, if I needed anything I could turn to him, and he would help me in any way he could.
And now, as he joins the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame, Doug reflects on what the honor means.
I'm super proud. I'm super happy. It's just something that no one can ever take away from me. I feel like I belong, to have my name next to people who have accomplished so much for the high school, not only athletically, but, just good people.
For his record-setting basketball career, outstanding football accomplishments, leadership on and off the field, Bishop Ludden proudly welcomes Doug Smith into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Smith.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, had a ball. Yeah, it's an honor. It's great. Yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Another guy who doesn't get it. Brings up one of the worst losses in our history. It wasn't all his fault. I think Doug had 3 fouls of warm-ups. So the referees did help out a little bit there. Our final inductee is a special one for me and my fellow 1976 classmates. This year and this weekend, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary of graduating from Bishop Ludden. This inductee was a women's athletics trailblazer and standout athlete in basketball and softball. This is a story of not what could have been, but what would have been. Basketball, softball standout. Section 3 Class B girls basketball champions. First team coaches all-star team. Co-captain 1974-75 girls basketball team. Undefeated 17-0 1974-75 girls basketball team. From the class of 1976, Mary Montgomery.
Just 3 years after girls' athletics began at Bishop Ludden, one player helped establish a championship tradition. Standing 6'1", Mary Montgomery was impossible to miss, but it wasn't just her height that made her special. She was an exceptional basketball and softball player, a leader, and the kind of teammate everyone wanted beside them.
Mary was a star from the beginning, playing basketball and softball. Being 6'1", naturally she was a forward or a center, but she could handle the ball. So we were able to utilize her skills to succeed in our seasons.
Mary led Bishop Ludden to a perfect 17-0 season, a Central New York Catholic League championship, and the school's first Section 3 Class B championship. She earned first-team coaches all-star honors and helped lay the foundation for generations of Lady Gaelic athletes.
Softball-wise, she was a star first baseman, and our coach Dan Craver comments all the time on how she could throw any of us through over to first base and make us all look really good and get the out.
Her talent was undeniable. But ask anyone who knew Mary, and they'll tell you it wasn't her statistics they remember most. It was her smile, her confidence, and the way she made everyone around her better.
No matter how tough the game got, Mary still played with a big smile on her face.
Mary's personality was just as memorable as her game. Her teammates still laugh about her signature green shoes, striped socks, and unmistakable sense of style.
She had signature socks. How many stripes would that be? And her go-to, it was a form of Cad in a bright Kelly green.
I just remember looking up at her, and it was like, it was a long look up, and just the biggest part of her was like her looking at her feet with the green basketball shoes on, and then the socks, and then it was like, wow.
But beneath all of that was a quiet leader who kept her team together.
She was a very calm, steady player and a calm, steady leader. And she brought deep camaraderie to the team.
During Bishop Ludden's sectional championship run, Mary delivered one of the defining performances of her career. Battling through health issues no one fully understood, she finished with 15 points and 16 rebounds, carrying the Gales to a championship. It would become one of the final highlights of a remarkable athletic career.
When she was diagnosed, it was like all of us were diagnosed. We would all go to the hospital. We would play John Denver cassettes. All we did was pray for her and hope that she would come back to us. And when she didn't, we honor her with our play, with our everyday life.
Mary Montgomery passed away at just 17 years old. A life filled with promise ended far too soon. But more than 50 years later, her teammates still speak of her with the same admiration, affection, and gratitude.
It's a great honor for her, for her memory, which is still strong amongst all of her former teammates. I think if my parents were here, my mother especially, she would have just loved it. They were so proud of her.
Mary Montgomery's legacy has never faded. Today we proudly welcome Mary Montgomery into the Bishop Ludden Hall of Fame.
Just a side note that when we said it could have been, it would have been, Mary, when I talked to Hall of Famers Joan Thornton and Mary Kate Flaherty, I asked her, I watched her play. I said, how good was she? And they said, well, Martha Mogish, who was one of the best women basketball players of all time at Ludden, and then at Syracuse University, who's in their Hall of Fame, he said at the same stage, she was better. So today we'd like to have Mary pass away in 1975. Accepting on her behalf is Mary's sister, Martha. I'd also ask to come up Hall of Fame teammates, Mary Kate Flaherty and Joan Thornton. Dr. Thornton is so pissed at me. She's an anesthesiologist, a retired anesthesiologist. I tried to get her to speak at one of the graduations. She said, Pat, I went into anesthesiology for a reason. Nobody talks back. Today we added 8 more individuals and a team to the Bishop Ludden Athletic Hall of Fame. Let us remember that these individuals and teams embody the spirit of Bishop Ludden. Their dedication, sportsmanship, and love for the game have left a legacy. May their stories inspire future generations of Ludden athletes. Let's continue the work of the Hall of Fame and let it be a beacon of pride reminding us of the tradition of excellence at Bishop Ludden High School. Congratulations to the inductees, and may their names echo through time. If all the current and former inductees would gather over to the right after this, we'd like to get a few pictures. Right now, I'd like to turn it back over to Kristen Donor, class of 1992, who's the chairwoman of our Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Wow, it feels good to be a Gaelic night, doesn't it? What an afternoon. That was outstanding. Congratulations to all of our honorees tonight. Thank you so much. I just want to make a couple very quick remarks tonight. First of all, I'd like to, although he couldn't be here tonight, I want to acknowledge that our outgoing chair of the Board of Trustees, Dan Gilhenny, he served the school for many years, really outstanding. He couldn't be here tonight, but I want to thank him for his service as I begin my term. It's been just a great afternoon, and I think we'd all agree that Bishop Ludden is such a special place for all of us. Listening to these stories from all of our honorees, I could really relate to the way that the school can impact you. For me, it wasn't on the athletic field. I learned how to keep the book really well for the softball team. And for that, they gave me the Team Spirit Award. So that gives you an idea of the kind of athlete I was. But that's not, as we heard tonight, it's not all about athletics. It's about the community. And so I wanted to just touch on a couple things of where we are now and where we're going, very briefly. As we all know, this has been an interesting year. We merged with Bishop Grimes. We're now Bishop Ludden Grimes. Under our unified school, we've had 1 year, and it's been a huge success. We have a tremendous momentum. We have enhanced academic programs, enhanced extracurriculars, and enhanced athletics. And I want to give a shout out to our current athletes. After this merger, we won the the sectional boys championship, led by a team of Bishop Ludden alum coaches. We won the boys basketball sectional championship under a team of Bishop Ludden alumni coaches, many of whom are here tonight. I would try to name you all, but I'll forget someone, and that would not be good. We won the girls track indoor championship for the section. And many, many individual track and field sectional championships. So athletics is still a very strong tradition at Bishop Ludden Grimes. But it's what I want to tell all of you Bishop Ludden alum, is that I'm here to tell you that what really makes Bishop Ludden special, it's still the same. We still have the strong sense of community, the strong culture, the strong faith and morals, and the things that we pull people together. And we still have kids coming through our hallways who we're changing lives. I heard the stories today. I think we changed some of the lives of our honorees, and that's what we're doing today. We still have kids coming through who, if they were at their local public school, wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing and the things they'll do in the future. So as you look back fondly, and we're all feeling very warm and fuzzy about Bishop Ludden, I want you all to keep us in mind. Keep us in mind with your prayers, with your service. We need your talent. We need your treasure. Jeff's got a QR code. But really, there's so much good going on, and I think you're going to hear more exciting announcements coming over the next year. We're going to make some major investments in our facilities, in our athletic facilities. So thank you all for being here. Keep us all in your prayers, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Krista. Just real quick, going forward, the way the Hall of Fame will work is that Bishop Ludden and Bishop Grimes will have separate selection committees. We didn't want to get into, they got 2, we got 3, that kind of stuff. So what it is, they'll have separate selection committees, but in the hallway outside of the main gym are all the plaques from both schools. It goes Ludden Grimes, and also all of the inductees from both schools are displayed now at the high school, which when we come together, that was Ludden Grimes. Thank you.
One last quick announcement. If you were wondering what Sean was holding up or handing to each of the inductees, it's a beautiful quarter zip that says Bishop Ludden with the Bishop Ludden seal, Bishop Ludden Athletics Hall of Fame. We honor each one of the inductees with one. The boys football team who won the state championship, way to go. We did not get individual ones, but you can order them if you'd like. They're $40. Please just see me afterwards. Let me know your sizes. We're going to order a bunch of them. I know a bunch of people have expressed interest. And you can also, some of you have already ordered a Hall of Fame plaque. We'll be taking care of those. If anybody else is interested in a plaque, please see me afterwards. We'd be glad to take care of that for you. But it's a really nice thing to be able to do. And I couldn't leave without saying 2 quick things. One is, as Kristen mentions, there's lots of changes going on at the school. The biggest of which is we're taking what is the center of our school and making it more the heart of our school. We're redoing our chapel currently. It's a massive project underway. We hope to finish it up within the next few weeks, but it's been incredible. It's going to completely change the face of the chapel and the spirituality of the community and really bring faith forward to us and make it such a central part of who we are as a people, as a community, and as a school. So please stop by, see the school. Additionally, as she mentioned, we'll be moving forward to and looking forward to an investment in an athletic facility that we look to put in a track and field, perhaps an athletic field out back, to be able to put together the true excellence in facilities that you all have done for so many years without all of those facilities. So please keep your eyes and ears open for that. We'd love to have you be a part of it. We'd love to have you connect us to the alumni and just continue to be a great family. And thank you, everyone. We'll see you. Good night.